Now with big speed comes big stops. Mountain bikes use hydraulically actuated disc brakes. We headed down to Shimano, one of the biggest names in the business, to find out a bit more. So I guess, Joe, first of all, for people watching who mightn't know, can you just briefly explain to us what is a hydraulic disc brake?
Well, hydraulic uses like an original or old school brake is just a brake cable, and hydraulic is using fluid that's pressured, that when you grab the lever, it has nowhere to go, so it pushes pads together. So the feel is like an extensive thing that we work on. Like, we know how to make a disc brake that's extremely strong, but it's not controllable. So by using different piston sizes, the hose diameter, so how much fluid gets pushed through, the stroke of the lever, all those things go into, and also the thickness of the caliper itself. So it's a balancing act. So when we're developing new brakes, we test multiple brakes that all look identical but just have slightly different characteristics. We spend a lot of time with heat management, and so that's kind of, once you get the feel, then the focus is heat management. And so we have what are called ice technology, and the way the brakes have cooling, the cooling fins, and then our rotors are a 3-layered clad design. So it's the steel on the outside with aluminum on the inside, which helps pull out the heat. We've got the extended fins on the rotors, which just adding those alone reduces temperatures by about 50 degrees. And the thing is, with mineral oils or any brake fluids, once you get to a certain heat, they break down. And so if we can keep below that limit, our brakes last a really long time. But when you start touching into there, it's like gone. You have to completely flush your brakes or they're just not going to work good.
Top of stage 4 in Aspen, Snowmass. And places don't get much better for testing brakes than this. One of the longest stages of the year, 6 miles long. So the brakes I've been using, which have been on this bike all year, are the Shimano XT, which are a very, very good brake. You know, not that long ago would have been considered downhill strength. The old days of downhill, guys riding with like shampoo bottles gaffer taped to the back of their frame so they could squirt their brakes with water to try and get them to cool even slightly on the straights. Now, all season I've been riding the XTs and did a couple of runs this morning on them. We're going to just swap over to the Saint, which is a full-on, that's about as big a brake as you do, isn't it? What should I be feeling the differences?
The XT's a 2-piston brake, and then you're going to be going to a 4-piston. So there's going to be a lot more fluid, there's a lot more material. You'll notice mostly just as you pull harder, more power, maybe a little more initial hit. It's not going to be like blinding, but it's going to be like a subtle, like a little bit firmer overall. I mean, it's not hugely dramatic, but it's enough that makes that difference. You know, helps with your confidence and plenty of power.
Got my new Shimano Saint brakes fitted. These are full downhill brakes. The guys have set up for me. What can these new brakes do? Well, already I'm noticing that the power's coming in a lot earlier in the lever stroke. Not having to pull quite as hard. Big rocks everywhere. Oh yeah, they do feel good. Oh, there we go. Never look at the tree. Happy to say that was all rider error. Definitely nothing to do with the brakes. Well, there we are. New brakes felt incredible, has to be said. Joe was right though, it's more of a subtle thing than a huge increase in power. But over that 5-mile stage, I definitely felt there wasn't any like adverse heat build up, or my lever stroke wasn't getting longer. It's really, really consistent. The power arrived earlier in the lever travel, but not too early that I was just wooden on or off, so really enjoyed it. But it is about to throw it down my rain now, so I'm going to get myself inside.